here with my friend Brad Verbuchen, and Brad has agreed to um, participate and teach at our Central Coast Jazz Guitar Festival. Hi, Brad.
Hey Rich, how's it going?
And he's from the future, as you can tell from his background there. That's like out of a movie or something you got going on there.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I guess I'm not sure
Yes.
the exact nature of it, but there's a lot going on. Yeah.
Is that a wallpaper? Is that?
No, I mean I hate to reveal it, but it's just like
Oh,
a
I think yeah.
yeah
No,
yeah yeah. But if I don't bump it, it looks
it looks
more
real.
professional. So I'm sort of revealing this
Yeah.
trick already, which is what this workshop is about. You're revealing tricks.
Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, you'll get to
Professional.
hang out with Brad, and Brad has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and he's willing to show you some of these things. So, Brad's an excellent player, and I've known Brad for probably 40 years or so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Since the '80s, I would say, which is yeah,
Yeah. 5 years. Yeah.
yeah. When we were like 5 and 6.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. We used to roller skate down the street there. Yeah.
Yeah,
And so, but anyway, Brad also has the distinction of playing with Ray Charles for a number of years, which is pretty fascinating. And but also he's just a great player and has several albums out on his own. And you teach at? Are you still teaching at Lama? Or
yeah, yeah. Well, now it's called LACM, Los Angeles College of Music, but yeah, it's the same.
it used to be Dick Grove, right? And then
No, no, no. Dick Grove is a separate thing that
oh, okay,
that died a long time ago. Uh,
okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah. Adam, who's also going to be at the workshop.
Right,
He was a teacher at Dick Grove.
right. No, that's right. Yeah. So you've had a bunch of students come through your classes and stuff, and so you've seen all levels of players, and I'm sure you formalized and are able to convey your 50 years of playing in 1 hour session at
Yeah,
the thing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, one thing I've sort of taken away from teaching a lot is just kind of realizing like a lot of times when teachers when you go to a clinic or a seminar or something or whatever teach that they don't always teach you what they actually do. They sort of teach the way they think they should teach instead of sort of explaining and I've sort of realized over time there's sort of different ways that we think that we don't necessarily even consciously teach. I don't know if
Right?
I'm explaining this very well,
Yeah.
but in other words, so I like so one of the things I like to talk about is sort of like, well, what actually goes into like playing, you know, a tune, a blues or a jazz tune or whatever, and and how do you actually piece everything together as opposed to some sort of, like formal theory, but like how is a neck actually organized, for instance? How do you actually see the neck?
Hmm.
Because a lot of times I see sort of things were explained in a way that's not necessarily how best to see it.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
I get that. I get that. Yeah.
So I guess I'm always trying to sort of dig in deeper to, okay, well, what actually do we need to know and need to do to be a better player?
Yeah.
you, you
Wow.
know, and what are some things that we can kind of go, oh, well, yeah, maybe we don't need to worry so much about this. Because one thing, people, well, one thing is that people need to play music more. You don't need to play
Yeah.
tennis more. Which I think you agree with, and that's one of the great things about an event like this festival is you get a chance to see people play, and also to hopefully play as well, and really sort of get your hands dirty.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And have an interaction with people that also the other players, and that's one thing I'm looking forward to is just it is also just interaction, I'm going to get to have with the students, but also with great players such as yourself and the other guys that are coming, you know,
Yeah.
because that's going to be fun.
That's going to be a lot.
And also I'm going to learn some things.
I hear you. I hear you, boy. So many times you see somebody play, and it's like, oh yeah, I never thought of that. Wow, that's cool. And it's funny. It's not necessarily you learn exactly what they're doing,
Yeah.
but it's their attitude or their approach, or like you say, the thought process.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. And you make a good point because also you just absorb sort of these subconscious things. Like you mentioned earlier. I was very lucky to play with Ray Charles for 5 years, and not like he told me much, but just being playing and being right next, and while he's playing also, uh,
right.
for so many hundreds of gigs, just certain things just I absorbed, things that I'm still sort of, realizing, I'm almost appreciating more now after the fact, just sort of these, just yeah, just like you're saying, just these little things. It's not,
Nuances
yeah,
and
it's not like a lick, like he showed me, two blues licks or something, you know, but just, just the attitude and the phrasing and the feeling and the vibe and just and how he put things together,
mhm.
how he organized, because he was an amazing player too. I mean, we know him as a singer, but he was ridiculous as a piano player too. He could do, we would, when we did small group things like quartet stuff, we would go from like a straight ahead jazz tune to a country tune to a blues tune, to a soul R&B, and he was great at all of that.
Right, right. And you were pretty much sitting right next to him, right? I mean, pretty dang close.
Yeah, well, depending upon what we did,
Right.
like when we did orchestra dates, I was basically, yeah, like right, like my head was pretty much in the piano. I'm like right next to him, next to the acoustic piano. And then we did quartet things. I'm also right next to him, of course, and then we did big band things a little further away, but still, yeah, within, I could still, within 5 or 6 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's got to rub off a little.
yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah,
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That kind of, you can't get that stuff out of a book.
No, no, no. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's just, yeah. I mean, it's, music. It's a living thing. Somehow. I mean, it's like when like I have books, like we all have books of licks and stuff or whatever, and that's never helped me much. It's more, you got to listen and play and also steal stuff, but absorb.
Research.
That it's not just about like, okay, play these notes here,
Right.
and yeah, yeah. But that's the great thing about it. It's music. It's just it is such an adventure.
Right. And it's
Yeah,
nonstop. And
yeah.
the more you learn, the more you know, you realize you don't know.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. It's endless. Yeah, I don't know. If I could live 300 years, if I would still
Yeah.
get it down. You know, but the cool thing too, is sort of, like when we do this thing is like, like we'll play some tunes that we've played, maybe hundreds or even thousands of times, but it's going to be a little bit different every time.
Right. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, you know, and that's the beauty of it. It's, it's just so fun. It's like a really good conversation, with someone. It's not planned. I mean, obviously we bring a knowledge set to it. Hopefully we know some stuff to, for that conversation or that tune,
Right,
but
right,
still, how it all interacts and plays out is going to be different every time. That's the adventure of it.
right. Yeah, that's so cool. I equate it to surfing. Not that I did any surfing, but what I imagine surfing as being. Every wave is different.
Right, right,
Yeah,
and you got to react to it, or you're going to end up on your face.
yeah, that's right.
And you might end up on your head down anyway, but at least less, and you'll get better at it.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
that's
I'm
funny.
not a surfer either, but yeah, but that's an interesting comparison.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I think as a student, now you've attended things like this, and I have too.
yeah.
And as a student, I can you imagine like um, being able to go to one place and see all these people within 3 days? It's like way better than going to the NAM show. I mean,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Because yeah,
sometimes you could see people at the NAM show, but you can't really go out there and hang with them. Or you see them at probably their worst moment because they're so freaking loud.
right, right. Well, and it's very, So the Nam show, right, right. They're, they're going to do their 15 minutes or whatever, their
Yeah,
three songs, and well, and I know, because we've played at the Nam show, it's a really hard place to play because there's all this distraction, noise going on. It's not a, I mean, it's fun.
yeah, but it's not
you
a
know,
performance venue,
yeah,
really.
I mean, but to really see or hear someone at their best, or again, really to to also, like you say, be able to talk to them before and after, and also drill down if you want to on what they're doing or how they're thinking or or whatever, that's not going to happen, but at an event like this, if you hear or see something, you have all the time in the world and intimacy and less crazy environment to really check everything out and ask questions or just hear what other people have to say.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be it's really going to be fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I mean, I mentioned this to a couple other guys. I said, this turn. What don't you kind of wish that this something like this would have happened maybe 30 years ago with when you had Joe Pass and Howard
Oh
Roberts,
yeah.
all those guys in one place? Wouldn't have been something?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, one of my big regrets, is just not trying to spend more time or get to know all those guys that have already passed
Yeah.
more. And interact with them more. Like one of the cool things about Bruce Foreman, that's going to be at this workshop also, or this festival. I'm not sure what we should call this
Yeah. It's
festival. I guess
it's
a better name. Is that he's someone that did that, that spent a lot of time with Barney Kessel and Joe Pass and some of these other guys, and
right.
really, definitely more so than I did, um, because a lot of this is sort of a tradition too, that's sort of handed down, informally,
Right.
from Charlie Christian and Django and Wes Montgomery and et cetera on down,
Right.
and then hopefully, we put our own stamp on it, but at the same time, it's yeah, yeah, yeah. So I agree. I mean, I would have died to go to something like this.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah. Like Howard used to do those seminars, and I think Johnny Smith used to do some too. But a couple of guys I've talked to, I think it was Pat Kelly, flew, drove from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Hollywood just to hang out with Howard for a couple of days at one of his seminars.
Yeah,
What if you could hang out with 8 Howards,
yeah, yeah.
8 or 9, 10, so not that saying we're Howard Roberts, but I'm just saying that we are what we are.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're part of the sort of the the next generation, or the
Or the young kids coming up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
And what's cool too is, well, like for me, for instance, there's a lot of, I got so much from Ted Green,
Right.
who's an iconic guitar player and teacher, and so I'm a sort of a connection to that, and I know you studied with him some, and and also connection to Ray Charles, these people that, not that he was a guitar
Yeah.
player, but what a great musician,
Yeah. So that's an interesting combo that makes up Brad Rebution.
yeah,
You
yeah,
got,
yeah. What do
Ray
you get when you
Charles and
combine
Ted
Ted Green
Green.
and Ray Charles?
And then you got, because you could
Yeah,
play some of this wild outside stuff. That's so cool.
yeah.
I don't know where you got all that from. Some hallucinating drug or something.
Well, that's from going to the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I say, that's one of the things, that's interesting about me, is that I'm a little quirkier than maybe some of the rest of the people that, the teachers, so what's kind of cool is you've got a good blend of different types of players too, within this jazz idiom,
Right. Yeah.
jazz guitar. In other words, I don't play like or Bruce, and you don't play like Bruce or Pat, or I mean, obviously we might play the same tune, but
Right.
that's what's kind of cool about it, is that we're all gonna have our little twist,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the workshops, the question and answer, the Q&A sessions and stuff. Everybody's going to try to relate as much as they can and impart on whatever they know to people who
Yeah,
are
yeah,
looking to learn. So
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
it'll be interesting. It'll be a fun hang. It'll be it'll be cool. I know the Rocky Mountain one is doing so well, and it was a blast. I mean, it's
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was one of
yeah,
the high points of last year for me. Absolutely, going to that.
yeah. And so hopefully this will be another tradition to go
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
So
yeah.
well, thank you, Brad. We've taken up enough of your time. So I want to thank you and thank you for participating. And
Oh yeah,
we'll see you March 1st
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
2nd and 3rd. And by the way, anybody who um, buys a ticket because they want to come and see Brad or they found it on his Facebook, make sure you put in your coupon code Rebution. You better tell them how to spell that. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like it sounds. It's RAB and then UCHIN.
oh, that's easy.
Yeah, yeah. Rebuke.
Rebuke. Okay.
Yeah,
And then you get a discount off their tickets. So that's good.
yeah.
Well, thank you again, Bruce, Brad, Bruce Rebution.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we'll have to figure out what we're going to play.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
David Becker's coming, and you and David did an album.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we'll definitely play together at some point.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to play.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it
But
should.
but, but yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with you as well.
Yeah,
Once again.
yeah, we've done it a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember we had Phil Upchurch out that one time. Do you
Oh
remember
yeah,
that
yeah.
music forum? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you later, Brad. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. I'm
All right.
I'm counting the days.
Okay.
It's gonna be fun.